Alrighty, so the next stop is Rother. It's time for the Rotherhithe Tunnel. Hey everyone, welcome to Underground. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matt and I'm running every London station that features on the London Tube map. We started at Highbury and Islington, finishing at Surrey Quays. We are following what's commonly known as the East London line. There are many things to take in, such as disused stations, a farm, and also the dreaded Rotherhithe Tunnel. So help me Lord, stick around to find out more. Just left Highbury and Islington. I think it's pretty obvious that at Highbury and Islington station you've got the old station building for the Northern City line. However, it has since been replaced with the current station building, which used to be a lot grander. You can still see the remnants of the old station building. But I kind of wish they would have rebuilt it, or at least give it that same amount of grandeur, but instead it just looks like a shed. So we're back here at Canonbury. There is a curve of track called the Canonbury Curve Original, and it connects up with the East Coast Main Line. So at one point you could catch a train from Broad Street back in the day to Finsbury Park. But nowadays it's just easier to change at Highbury and Islington and get the Great Northern City Line train or the Victoria Line. And this here is, I believe it's Mildmay Park. This is another disused station that's along this section of track, which has been disused since 1934, and you can still see some of the old station bits. Dalston Junction Station. Now this station was completely demolished in the 80s, but then it was rebuilt on the same site location, or same station location. I know it's been sort of covered before in other videos I've watched, however the station has been future-proof, because if you're not familiar with this station in particular, there used to be an east curve, so it used to connect with trains from the station over to like Stratford and Poplar. Hoxton Station. Prior to the East London Line extension, this station never existed. We're going to head to Shoreditch High Street, where there are indeed many more things to look at. So we are going to look at them. Shoreditch High Street Overground Station was built in the former Bishopsgate Station, or the Bishopsgate Goods Yard. This next bit that I'm going to show you was the original location of the station. This is the original Shoreditch Station. It has been disused since 2006. Got a little play park for the goats. That is so cute. I had no idea that there was a farm that's here. That's so cute. That is so cute.
There's a good train service.
Whitechapel Station. I never actually realised just how close Shoreditch and Whitechapel are. Shadwell Station. Now, did you know that at this station, and actually the stations along to New Cross and New Cross Gate, they were once previously served by Metropolitan and District Line services. There's a curve of track that's in the vicinity and it's called St Mary's Curve, and it's to join up with the Circle and District Line, and you have District Line services that would call out to Wimbledon, Richmond and Ealing Broadway, the usual, even up to South Harrow. You also had Metropolitan Line services that used to terminate at Hammersmith. So Wapping Station, now this used to be the original terminus of the East London Line before it was extended, and it's weird. So I was actually looking at some Google images and it feels so strange to see photos of underground logos and stuff for this building. It's very, very strange. Alrighty, so the next stop is Rother. Oh my god, it's time for the Rotherhithe Tunnel. I'm myself. bridge is 8 tons and fully functional. If I'm not mistaken, this here was the old staircase, the pedestrian staircase to get down to Rotherhithe Tunnel. There is one that is on the other side, I believe. Directly below us is Rotherhithe Tunnel, where we are going to be running. So help me God, again. So the night before this, I posted on my Twitter and said, running through Rotherhithe Tunnel tomorrow, please pray for me. Quite a few people had offered numerous suggestions. They recommended that I wear a mask. However, I didn't want to jeopardise my safety or anything, so I did bring a gas mask just in case, because here's the thing, you never know. Welcome to episode 32 of Underground. Get that shit off my head. I'm not going to run with this song. So what I'm going to do, once I get past the first little ring, I'll start the timer. I hope I remember to switch the timer off after. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure that you give it a like down below, because the stuff that I go through for these videos, you're welcome. As a little safety notice as well, I'm not condoning people to run this. It was definitely harder to breathe, so it's not something I would recommend do it. Only do it at your own risk, because if you get stuck in the middle, it's going to be a bit difficult. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So I'm just checking my watch. We're about to go underneath the Thames. And right now we're 3 minutes 45 in. And the just to the right is the stairwell, like I was showing earlier. I think there might be one here. No, it's just on this one side. So they're now disused. So general observation so far, it doesn't feel as intense to breathe. But I think it's because I've got quite good lung capacity. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, I could be lying. Just gonna quickly spin the camera around, so hello, we're all okay so far. Alright, spin this around. And this might be the deepest part of it. I've got some more stairwells here, got staircase. So the next emergency point out for me is 355 yards away. Oh well, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Again. Oh, that stinks of fumes. God, that reeks. And then once I get past the second little arch thing, I'll stop my watch. But if you're curious, that took 9 minutes. 9 minutes and 3 seconds exactly for me. And then 8, 9, 10, I stopped the watch. So that took me 10 minutes, 10 seconds exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't like to walk it, and I think it's better to do during winter where it does feel a bit fresher. During summer, can't be me. All of that to get to Rotherhithe, but we are here. I tell you what, it's like my mouth just have sucked like fumes. It's
you don't taste that little funny taste in there. You gotta taste it, because I smell a hot boiled ass porta potty.
So we have 2 stations left, Canada Water and Surrey Quays. And then that's where I'm going to wrap up for today. So, back at Canada Water. Lovely stuff. I actually didn't know this, but it was one of the first station buildings of the Jubilee Line extension to take place. And Canada Water Overground Station is the busiest 2-platform national rail station in the UK. Alright, so we just got to Surrey Quays, so let's stop it for today. Lovely stuff. I've come to the nearby Southwark Park, home to a lovely super flat park run here. I just wanted to get some fresh air. I was sick of running next to cars and inhaling fumes, and it's not good. So how many sections of the overground we've got left now? So we've got Surrey Quays to Clapham Junction, and Surrey Quays to West Croydon and New Cross and Crystal Palace, and then Romford to Upminster, and then I'll have ran all of the overground. That is so weird to think about. I think to think, like, again, I don't know, it's very, very weird. If you want to look at the data for today's run, check out my Strava link in the description down below. All of my social media is there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time for Underground. See ya.